La 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 la. Me.
We're losing!
Teamwork, guys. More teamwork.
They're burying us alive!
Well, shit.
Jeez, Louie.
Honey, don't you want to beat those bastards? In my book, we're going to be winners.
Listen, I ain't got nothing left for you to sign. Because you're training like a damn bum, you know that?
Screw them.
What are you doing? What are people doing?
Is this early access to?
Hey, let me tell you something, bro.
Get out there now and do the best you can.
All right. Welcome. Episode 158 of the Bad Fodder Figures podcast. And we're back after a week off. Matt hit all the Easter candy somewhere. Don't. This is a PG show, Matt, so don't say where you keistered that Easter candy, all right?
Some of it still hasn't come out.
That's a problem. Eric, welcome to the show,
yes, sir.
Eric. How are we?
I'm fantastic, man.
How was your Easter, Eric? Better than Matt's?
Nah, probably not.
No keystring of the Cadbury eggs?
No, none of that. None of that business.
It's a hell of a thing.
Man.
Your muscles so taut, Matt, that you can crack the egg?
Well, I mean, there's some
Anyway.
diamonds are coming out at some point, I think.
It's all about the insert.
Speaking of diamonds, speaking of diamonds and stuff like that, it's been confirmed that I have stones in my stomach. Maybe we all have stones. Maybe I haven't looked into that, but it has been confirmed. So
You like a bird? You got like a gizzard? Just
In your stomach or something else?
Well, I don't know if everything. Yeah, I'm not a fucking doctor. How do you expect me to answer that?
Is it gallstones in your gallbladder?
Yes, gallstones.
Okay, well, that's not in your stomach. That's in your gallbladder.
Well, I had to lead up to that, Eric. I had to, you don't fucking say I got gallstones. You got to make this more dramatic. I got a fucking hour and a half to kill here. What the
Okay,
fuck?
my bad. You're right. I'm sorry for killing you. Go ahead.
Jeez. So I've been, experiencing some stomach pain. This feels like, anticlimactic now to fucking explain this all, but
I'm curious.
yeah, so just, been having some pain. The doctor's been concerned. I met with, the gastro doctor months ago and changed some medicine that I was on. Still was getting the pain. So I had my follow-up to my physical. And the doctor says, why don't you go get an ultrasound? Yeah. So I got an ultrasound, a week or so ago. Ultrasound came back with some, sizable, large and small stones, gallstones.
Nope. Oh, no.
So I talked to my, gastro doctor this week again. He says, yeah, but the symptoms you are experiencing don't lead me to believe that you should just go rush out and have, gallbladder removed. But he says it's good to have the consultation, so that's what I'm doing this week, consulting with the surgeon. But, going to take all the information and then make a dealt decision.
So
Interesting.
you're on the new diet and all that? You can't eat too many fatty foods and all that good stuff?
I don't eat too many, well, I guess in my mind, I don't eat too many fatty foods. Like, you guys tell me off the top of your head, the doctor said no more fatty foods. Like, what are you cutting out?
Like fatty meats?
Like, I don't have any red meat. So is the
Okay,
red meat
so
fatty?
what-
I have no red meat.
It can be.
Red meat
Sure.
is fatty. So
I mean, I have,
like chicken, basically?
well, if I have a burger, at this point, it's just that Beyond Meat. So I haven't had like a regular burger in a long time. Those
So,
could be fatty.
wait a minute. Yes, definitely look at what, because some of those, I'm granted you're eating a vegetarian,
Right.
but some of those are worse than a regular burger as far as the fat content, the sodium, your carbs. So you got to look at the ingredient, not the ingredient, but your nutrition list.
Even if I was having the burger, but having like 15 fucking burgers in a week. I might have like
Sure.
1 or 2 burgers, whether it's a real burger or a fake burger or whatever. I don't think there's anything that I overdo. I'm not. I don't have any fried food really. Like they say, well, fried foods kicks the gallstones. I mean, I have French fries every now and then, but I don't have like fried chicken. I don't have an air fryer and frying everything under the sun. Twinkies.
So that's probably why. That's probably why your doctor's like, would just look, because those things trigger those episodes, and if you're not having the episodes, then you're good to go.
What
about salad? Do you eat a lot of salad? I mean, get a little roughage inside you, a little salad and stuff.
I do. I'm even now, Matt. I'm so concerned with this. I'm even on some Miralax to really get things moving.
Oh, you clean the stuff out. Hey, and speaking of Miralax, since we're talking about Miralax, I have to have a good old colonoscopy on the 20th.
Well, that's Eric. I am leading this up to this whole build up here.
Well, that's me on the 20th. That's where I'm going. And you know how I got hooked up with that? Let me tell you how I got hooked up with that. My daughter works at the butt doctor, right?
I always have that conversation. Who would want to work at the butt doctor?
My daughter does. She just signed me up. I was like, wait a minute. Whoa. I didn't ask for that. So her and my wife got together, and I'm having a colonoscopy on the 20th.
Right. So I talked to, my guy. And I said, this is what's going on. My primary, was concerned and said, maybe I should go back to you, because I've already done the, what's the one that goes down your throat? I forget what that's called now.
Oh, that not the endoscopy. Endoscopy.
Yeah, I've had that done twice already. So now it's going to be the other end. And Eric, I heard the prep work is the worst part of that, rather than the whole procedure. Yeah,
that's what they say. I got to get all that list of ingredients and do all that for a day before the day prior. I'm like, ugh.
So they say that with the gallstones and stuff, when you have a gallbladder attack, is you feel like this really like you have something like you've eaten. Let's just say you've eaten like fried chicken, right? And then your gallbladder has a reaction. Everything like tightens up, and then after like an hour or so, it like the valve releases. Psh, I don't have that. So that's why this guy's like, it doesn't sound like it's what you have. So,
yeah, this is the gallbladder releases bile to digest your food. So I guess,
I mean, we'll see. I'll meet with the general surgeon. We'll consult as a team and then make a decision.
Yeah.
Well, if you need me and Eric there, we can help. Guide these decisions, and we can consult. Yeah, we can help. We can, I got spoons and shit. Matt, I can go up there and dig shit out or something. I don't know.
Matt, Lynn's going to kill you first. I'm for sure.
Oh, dude, I already know. If I ever show up in their front porch, I'm getting a punch in the face. I'm getting a punch in the face before I walk in the door.
She might slap me around, but she's going to kill you first for sure.
Yeah, I'm getting a punch in the face. Either in the gut or the face. One of the two.
Yeah.
When I walk in. Yeah.
Well, speaking of, spreading around, I saw this tremendous video today. Maybe you guys have seen it as well. It's making the rounds on Twitter, where they have this guy with like a mask on, or he's blindfolded or something like that, and they've taken a green apple, and they've cut a little hole in it, and they've filled the hole in with chocolate pudding, and they they make the guy like reach out with his finger, right? Oh, yeah. And he sticks his finger inside the apple. Yeah. And then before
they throw a dog up there.
Yeah, before the guy takes his mask off, they quickly take the apple away, and the guy takes his mask off, and there's just a dog's butt right in his face.
They did that to a kid too, a little kid.
Yeah.
They started gagging.
He thought he fingered the dog's butt, because when he looks down at his finger, it's all like looks like poop, but it's really just pudding. I thought that was pretty tremendous.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
That's nasty as fuck.
Yes. So we've been away for 2 weeks. Lots of gaming news and games that we've been playing to talk about. But let's catch up on things first. How was everybody's 2 weeks? Anything exciting, fellas?
It's been nice.
It's been nice.
Weather here is getting beautiful. It's been getting beautiful here. Nice, springy weather. Unfortunately, it's getting to be grass cutting weather. So I got to take time out of the week. At some point, I got to cut grass. And I say some point because fucking baseball, it was supposed to be a Tuesday night and Saturday night. Okay. And then maybe Wednesday night we'd have practice. Okay. No. Games on Tuesday night, games on Thursday night and games on Saturday night. Okay, Saturday night I'm okay with because it gives me my day Saturday to do stuff. But I'm pissed off about Tuesday and Thursday because I'm sure these motherfuckers are going to try and squeeze in a practice either on Monday night or Wednesday night also. Okay, especially if the kids aren't doing well.
Especially if you hit a losing streak.
Yeah, yeah, and just baseball across the goddamn. I'm pissed, and they're making the schedule willy nilly. Like Saturday, we were supposed to have an RPing day yesterday, Saturday, okay, but the other team couldn't make it because they was all on vacation. So sweet, Saturday off, and then so I made plans for Saturday to kind of do stuff. I got to replace my deck, do shit in that. No, Friday night the coach texts everybody, "Hey, we're going to have a scrimmage Saturday now instead." It's like, what the fuck?
I can just be like, no, I got already made plans.
Well, I was like, okay, 4:00 on Saturday. All right, it's fine. Then he comes back and says, it's going to be at 1:00 now.
I say, sorry.
That's what pissed me off. And I was like, dude, no, wait. Our schedule says 4, okay? Not the fact that we're not even supposed to be playing now. 4:00 is when we're supposed to be the game, okay? And now you just can't keep changing things willy-nilly, okay? There's a schedule for a reason. I'm scorekeeper 69, okay? So,
well, you only have yourself to blame. You only have yourself to blame. You could have been the one making these calls.
Someone else in my family is to blame for this.
Oh, we know.
Not me.
We know.
So,
and it's not your son, and it's not you. It's not the baseball player, and it's not scorekeeper 69.
That is correct. Someone else signed up for this shit. But anyways, well, it rained yesterday anyway, so we didn't even get to fucking play. But I'm sure tomorrow we're going to get a text sometime in the afternoon saying, let's practice tonight. It's like, no, it's too late. Okay? Start playing this shit out because people got plans too to do shit and do stuff.
Eric, did your kids play a lot of sports growing up?
Yeah, my son did. Yeah. He
and
played.
You taking them every which way and everywhere?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm listening to Matt going, man, I remember them days. I'm so glad it's over with.
Yeah.
It's just frustrating, man.
I mean, what do you think they're going to be? The next, friggin' Pete Rose over here? Why are we having so many games and practices? I mean,
it's fun, I think, and it gives them.
Well, you don't have enough people to throw the ball, and when I was a kid, I don't know what it's like in the crazy knothole league over there that you got this knockoff little league that you got going on over there. But you only could pitch like so many hours a week, and these young kids like arms falling off. If you if you got 3 games a week, and then plus a practice, you know how coaches can be. You put out your 3rd or 4th starter and get knocked around. They're going to start leaning on those other kids.
See, my kids was football and basketball. It was 1 year baseball, and one of the kids played baseball, but it was football and basketball mainly. The worst
has got to be hockey. I don't know if Robo Pig's in chat right now. A lot of getting up and driving to rinks real early, and some days you have like all day tournaments and shit like that. Kiss my ass.
That's a whole lot. Yeah,
fuck that shit, man. And like you said, none of these kids are gonna be up to beat. None of these kids. If one of these kids is a Reds player, I'll eat my shorts. Okay, when they fucking start on opening day. All right.
No, you would already know by now. You would already know by now if there was like some kid that was like, destined to go.
There's whole other like select leagues and shit that they would be in already. Travel ball and all this shit.
My kids played with my son played with Torrey Smith, and one of my other sons played with this dude who played for Penn State, Etor Matos. He played on the same team. So there was some people to come out of the the town that we're in.
Not me. My biggest claim to fame where I came from is Mike Pagliarulo. Remember Mike Pagliarulo?
Yeah.
Third baseman for the Yankees?
Yeah.
Yes. And that's how long it's been.
Eric just said a couple minutes ago about, it being fun. I think it's more about the coaches.
Oh, definitely. It's
trying to relive their shit that they missed out on. Than it is the fucking kids. Exactly. The kids don't give a fuck being out there.
And they hate baseball.
Most of them.
And it's fucking
the majority of them don't give a shit. The worst part.
I think when they get up into high school, it changes.
That's also when the weak get weeded out because they fucking all of a sudden you got a kid throwing gas by you and you're fucking scared shitless. That's when those kids just start dropping like flies. They're like, nope, I've had enough. Thank you.
Yeah, no, not this shit here. We got everyone on the team. Everyone bats. Everyone's got a bat. you know, and it's just like, I don't mind the game so much, even though they're fucking 3 times a week. It's the practice. It's the practice when it starts at 5:30 and they go to fucking 9 or 9:30 at night. You know, when it's just getting dark. It's like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Matt
Why?
Sound like Allen Iverson.
Yeah, I mean, what are these coaches doing? I mutter under my breath every time I walk the fields near my house and I see these fat fucking coaches yelling at the kids. It's like you son of a bitch. It's like if someone gave you $1 million right now, you couldn't get your fat ass up that hill.
I could.
One time I said something a little too loud, and Lynn got a little upset. She's like, "Yeah, they can hear you." I was like, "Fuck them."
Good.
I was like, "What are they gonna do?"
Good. Oh my!
So
gosh.
besides your your rise to prominence in the Knothole League, I heard you've been putting on a little lbs by going to the local restaurant. Got a little some.
Might have overdid it. We got this great Chinese place here, about 10 minutes up the road, and we go there maybe once a month, every 2 months. Oh my God, it's so good.
What's your go-to meal?
Their pad thai, their chicken pad thai. Every time I've gotten it, it's been absolutely wonderful, and they give you enough where I get like 3 or 4 meals out of this thing. You know?
So I'm familiar with what chicken is, but what is what is pad thai?
So pad thai is it's noodles. There's egg in it. There's some chopped up onion. There is spicy.
What kind of egg? We got like scrambled egg,
like scrambled egg. They mix in there with it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. They scrambled egg mix in with it. Onions in it. Noodle. There's like I don't answer with it, but there's some type of sauce. There, and it's absolutely delicious.
Now, do you do any like the Americanized meals, or I mean, chicken pad thai seems a little bit more uncommon than I mean. Are you going in there and getting like chicken fingers and pork fried rice and beef teriyaki and stuff like that too?
Yeah, Barb and the youngest, they love sweet and sour chicken. So basically it's chicken nuggets. But
they want a poo platter for 2.
Exactly. Sweet and sour chicken for them. Basically it's chicken nuggets with sweet and sour sauce and white rice. And Noah will try things. He'll try different things. He'll get kung pao beef. Or he says, "Well, this sounds good." Some type of beef thing or something like that. And he gets that. But we order the appetizers. Those like crab rangoon.
Yeah, fuck those. Right out of the poo platter. I look at them and I go like 6 crab rangoon and like 2 egg rolls. Fuck that. Not getting that. Fuck those.
Oh, come on, man.
Crab rangoon is probably loaded with just like mayonnaise and fucking mush.
It's so fucking delicious. It's so delicious.
Oil, heart attack.
Cheese wontons, fried cheese wontons, dumplings.
I like a good dumpling. We call them Peking raviolis.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I mean, oh my God! When Barb puts the Chinese menu in front of me, I go crazy. I was like, yep. I said, just fucking call and order them. Yep, number 9, number 69. Just order it in. Like, oh God, I got the beef spare ribs, and they give you so much food. Oh my God. Oh,
Eric, how good was that Chinese food we had?
That shit was off the hook, and that was a lot too. That was a lot.
They give you so much food.
Yeah, that was good.
Matt would be in heaven if we took him to Kowloon's.
Yeah.
I would love it. I want one of those fucking volcano. What's that drink? Volcano drink.
I don't know.
What's that big drink?
Scorpion Bowl.
They give you
Scorpion Bowl.
Scorpion Bowl. There you go.
That shit was good too.
We're getting correction here in chat. Crucial Chase says it's not mayo, it's cream cheese. Thank you for the correction. Elusive Man says fried cheese wonton. Sounds like some Italian Chinese fusion.
Delicious. Fucking delicious, dude. It's fucking crispy ass fried dough with goddamn cheese goodness in the middle. Oh, my God.
I'm out all day, bro.
Well, that's some good old General Gao's chicken.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
General Tso chicken? Oh,
spicy,
not Tso.
Gao. Oh, Gao? I don't know what Gao is.
Tso fought out there, in the middle of the country with you
Yeah,
Midwesterners.
Taiwanese.
Gao was out here with us in the East.
Yeah, and sure enough, I was thinking about Pad Thai is Taiwanese, which is but Pad Thai. Oh my God, so fucking their Pad Thai is the second best to the place I've had downtown. Teak Restaurant downtown Manhattan is where we work at. The best Pad Thai in town, absolutely incredible. And you can order it from 1 to 10. One,
what's funny when you go
mild,
overseas,
10's the hottest.
When you go overseas, they don't eat none of that shit. You know that?
Yeah,
right?
that's why I call it Americanized.
Yeah, they don't eat any of that.
Well, I mean, you go to Chinese, you don't order Chinese food, you just order food.
But they don't eat that. Like my buddy's wife is from China, and when you say General Tso, she's like, that is not even a dish. That's
They're
not
like General Ho?
American. Yeah, that's something Americans made up. We don't eat that.
There used to be this terrible sports commentator guy in radio, and he thought it was funny, and he's always going to Kowloon's, right, Eric? And he'd always be saying, "Yep, General Gao, he won the Battle of Lo Mein," which I don't know if you can say in like 2021. Maybe I just did.
No, that might be
But that was his go-to line. He's going to Kowloon's tonight.
That's a nice place. Is it always full like that?
It is. Yeah. You know, the kids want nothing to do with the business, Eric. The guy
really? That's a shame.
The guy that's running the show says he's only got so many years left, and then he's going to have to sell it off. He says his kids have expressed no interest in the business.
Man, it's always packed, man.
Yeah, because they have a lot of different rooms in there for a lot of different, different.
Yeah.
Well, not only events, like they have comedy club in there and things like that, but they have different. How would you say? Variations. So like maybe there's like Polynesian in one room, Japanese. They have different menus in each room.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Is it too late to leave a voicemail, Los? Yeah, probably. Do you have something really pressing that you need to get out to the airwaves? Well, happy man. I mean, how quickly do you go to sleep after you have a meal like that? Is it instant, like just like right after Thanksgiving type meal, like 5-10 minutes later, and boom, you're out? Or
got the itis?
I was roaring to go last night, man.
You were horny as fuck, right? You had that Chinese, and you were just ready to go. It was like an aphrodisiac. You were just ready to go.
That Asian shit, and then there was no one around.
Careful.
Oh man, it was good. I tell you what, it is good. I don't know if you guys got good Chinese places around.
We just told Kowloon's. We just said it. Yes,
absolutely,
is great.
Absolutely incredible. This place is awesome.
Well, getting back to your grass cutting, man, we had the thatching done the other day.
Yeah, good.
We're talking about that. The guys came and did. They had the. My memory is not great, so I can't remember if we talked about how I bought a zero turn, but I did not buy a commercial zero turn. I bought a residential one. So the bar on the front of my zero turn is not long enough to house a thatcher.
Oh, okay.
Or else I would have bought one and just hooked it on and done it myself. But so the guys came out and they got the commercial grade stuff, and you could see that their bar was a lot wider, and they just tore right through. They had one guy thatching. They had one guy going behind him, vacuuming up all the stuff, and they had some other guy doing something else too.
Now, I asked you, have you ever aerated your yard?
Yeah, we do that every fall.
Okay. Yeah, good. Perfect. Good. Yeah. That makes a big difference too when you do that.
Yeah. I did a walk of the perimeter today. I'm not feeling any mole, any soft spots yet.
I've got a couple still.
We had a bad winter as far as like cold, and there was a lot of snow. Snow didn't melt here until like the very last week of March. Which was just like a week and a half ago. So
yeah,
the grass does look good. It's not fully green yet because we haven't had a lot of rain. But
God, everything here is so green and lush right now. It's incredible.
Eric, what have you been up to the last 2 weeks? Any exciting food or grass? Have you put in the pool yet? Have you made any arrangements for the pool?
Yeah, I'm ready to go swimming.
Okay, so what we just did was we just put the vinyl fence up around the backyard.
You do that yourself?
No, I know I didn't do that. Hell no. I had a company come in and do it,
Okay.
and it looks freaking awesome. But
Now
see, that's
you
the thing.
need you need a fence, right? Just A, for your dogs, and B, because is it by law that you need one for the pool?
Yeah, but I'm going to also have to have an inner fence also around the pool, from what I
Okay.
understand. But yeah, the dogs. I had a 4-foot. They was jumping that, so that wasn't good. Too big a key to jumping the fence is not a good look, bro. So,
No, it's not.
So I had to get. I got a 6-foot vinyl white fence. It looks fantastic.
Nice.
So that's step one. So now I got to get to. I don't know if I'm gonna be open for this pool season, but I'm working on it.
Now what type?
And because they say it's cheaper. They say it's cheaper. The guy told me, the guy who owns the company said it's cheaper to get it in the wintertime. So
Obviously, wintertime before the ground freezes.
yeah, absolutely. So that's what I'm shooting for right now.
Now, what type of pool are we going for? Like a specific design, like a peanut shape, or are we just going like traditional indoor? I mean, traditional in-ground. You know,
It's
kind of rectangle.
It's an in-ground kidney shape,
Kidney
with
shape.
a,
That's what I was thinking of. Kidney
yeah.
shape.
and it has a attached hot tub area to it.
I'm not big on hot tubs. You guys big on hot
I'm
tubs?
not either, but no, but it's cool. So it looks cool, and the hot tub spills over into the pool like a little grotto type area deal.
I mean, hot tubs are fine if it's just like you and like you and Jonna and stuff like that. Like
That's
I'm
all
not,
that's there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not crazy like going into like a hot tub like other people's butts do. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, the only way I'm doing a hot tub is like if Barb and I are by ourselves out in the middle of nowhere where we can all get like naked and shit and get in there. Because I'm not getting a fucking hot tub here with my fucking swim trunks on and shit.
Well, behind me, behind my house is nothing but woods, and I got that 6-foot fence. And
You're gonna have a bear in that hot tub. Have you seen the videos of those bears going into hot tubs and shit?
No, I'm not gonna have a bear in the hot tub. We're gonna be doing it constantly in that hot tub.
Yeah, no shrinkage.
Eric's going to be the bear in the hot tub.
Yeah, exactly. You come to my hot tub, you better bring some chlorine.
You better lube up.
Yeah.
Slip and slide.
Chlorine. You're going to be like, nah, I don't want to get in glove boxes hot tub. I know what's going on.
You're gonna get hot boxed and glove boxes hot tub.
Yeah, right.
What's these extra bubbles?
Like, what is all this?
Now cold water. Go ahead. Go ahead. I was going to say cold water causes shrinkage. Does hot tubs do the opposite?
Let's
Elongate?
hope. I don't know. I haven't. I'll do that study when I get it.
It's hard to do it. Have you ever tried to do it underwater? It's very hard.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot of natural elements pushing against like things you're trying to do.
Yeah, but
Well-
when you're bound and determined, though, you can get it done.
Chase in chat says, "Careful fucking in a hot tub. Don't pass out."
Nah, I ain't gonna be no pass now.
What do you have?
Thanks, Chase, for...
What do you have a bigger fear of? Passing out naked in a hot tub or fucking, or dying on a toilet?
dying on a toilet.
Well, let me tell y'all about a call I had the other day.
Oh, no.
Here we go.
I sent my officers.
Officer.
It was this guy. He had an emergency in the bathroom. He was like, "What's going on?" He's a handicapped guy, so he was in the handicapped toilet. He couldn't get off the toilet. He couldn't get up.
It's gonna be me in about a week.
And my officers, man, they had to go up there, get this guy to pull his pants up and all that stuff. I was like, "Oh man, you guys are some good dudes, man."
Nice.
I think that would be my worst fear is being on the toilet and dying on the toilet without like wiping my ass and shit. The fucking paramedics, and I come in, there's a big old fucking log in the toilet. I'm on the side of the floor,
like
dirty
Elvis.
ass. Yeah, like Elvis.
Elvis died. Well, he's really alive, but supposedly he died on the toilet, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
let me give you one more call. So last night, my officer was driving down the street. It was out in Virginia somewhere, right? He's driving down the street. And we have this one building in this one area, right? It's the Space Force building that we take care of, right?
Space Force.
Yeah, that's the thing, for real. So he's driving down the street, and it's just guy just butt-ass naked. And I'm like, what? And he calls it out on radio. He says, "Hey, I'm over here, such and such, and I'm with a guy who's naked." I'm like, first of all,
sporting it like a Mercedes.
Bro, in the middle of the night, just butt naked.
Why do you do that, Mike? Why do you do that, Mike?
Well, there's nothing like when the seasons change and you just got that cool breeze going up to your ass crack.
Bro,
It's an unbelievable
Mike,
feeling,
I'm
man.
thinking you know this guy because he said something to that extent. He was like,
Yeah.
there's nothing like that. He said he does this all the time.
Got my mucks on and I go.
And that's what he said, bro. He said he kind of enjoys doing that. I'm like, dude, you can't do that. That's illegal.
I'm on my own property. I'm on my own property.
Yeah, I'm just saying,
he
Mike.
wasn't.
Mike, in the middle of the night,
wasn't.
like after the show tonight, Mike's going to get out and he's just going to walk out to the woods and just be one with nature. And I mean, this is why we get Bigfoot sightings.
This
Every
guy
once
said
in a
he
while, a
gets-
coyote takes a nice lick.
Oh no!
Oh, God.
Is that why you go through so much peanut butter?
He said he gets into the pond and he goes swimming in the pond.
What pond?
No swimming.
It's a
The
pond
leeches.
out in that
You
area.
can
where
get
people
leeches
are.
in your privates that way. No thanks.
Hey, man. People are just, sometimes I just be wondering, what's on your mind, dude?
I really
Not much.
don't know.
Not much, Eric. That's the key thing. There's nothing on their minds. It's just fucking an empty space.
But he's like, yeah, I do this all the time.
Do you guys think that you could ever go to like a nudist beach or a
No.
nudist camp or something like that?
No.
Yeah. There's too
Matt,
much.
Are you throwing it around? Are you interested or what?
No, I'm just saying. I mean, for a woman, it would be much easier. It'd be much because we got hangy outy parts, okay, that swing and do shit.
They do too.
Yeah, well, but not as bad as us. Men are ugly people naked. Okay, we are. We are absolutely ugly. There's like shit hanging out and stuff. Women are
99.9% of us are. So if I was like that 0.1% that most women thought were just jaw-droppingly awesome looking naked,
right.
then I would be out there sporting it like a Mercedes. But unfortunately, I fall in the 99.9% range, and so no, I wouldn't be not there.
I'm the same way.
And it's mostly like these like these fat like Floridians that have been like tanning since February.
Like leather.
Thick leather.
And then why are they
skin.
always wearing like a fucking G-string or something? Like a little pouch.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, I'm unlike y'all. I don't think I'm ugly. I don't sit around saying I'm ugly. No,
I didn't say
not
ugly.
it.
Matt said ugly.
I didn't say yeah. I mean, I'm no prize though. I know that. I know I'm not the one that the first one to be
They invented
saying
clothes.
something else.
They invented clothes for a reason. And that's the reason men should be wearing some shorts at the beach.
Yeah. I mean, I go to Coney Island every summer, except for last summer, and there's shit there. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe people are wearing the shit they're wearing. I mean, more power to you, because, hey, whatever, but holy shit, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah, Chase says, I don't want sun on my dick. That's a very valid point.
Yeah,
That's gonna be what-
That'd be a bad sunburn.
Like, I almost wonder what's worse, like having a sunburn on your ass cheeks or your dick.
It's got to be on your dick, dude.
I'll never know either one of those, bro.
Because your
I would
ass
imagine-
because your ass is sitting down. You got to wipe. You got to There's just a lot more
Interaction with your
everyday use of your ass does.
Yeah.
Imagine being at the beach and, with that, you're by yourself, no wife, and hey, dude, can you rub some lotion on my ass for me so I can?
I would never ask that question, man.
Wouldn't you just put some lotion down on like the
Just do that.
like you're a fucking bear on a stump,
Like a
fucking
dog,
trying to itch your
like
ass.
a dog trying to wipe across the carpet.
That's right.
Anyway,
Yeah, should we talk about something else?
I got some merchin this week to show off. I know this is hard to see here, but this is actually a sticker, and it's not just a big, large white square. It's actually cut to the
Ooh,
like around our faces and stuff. What do they call it, like die cut or something like that? It comes on a big sheet like that, but actually, if I was to peel it, it's kind of die cut.
That's cool.
now is that from our
Yes.
BFF merchandise?
Yep.
All right, look at that.
We got this here. Bad. Just the three of us. No words.
I gotta place my order.
I got my stuff too. I got 4 shirts and one. You saw the towel. What is that? A towel or a?
Yeah. And then first to be last.
Yeah, that's awesome. I bought my wife the pink one. She wore that today, actually. The pink.
Nice.
Pink shirt.
Yeah, you got you.
Yeah,
you got
I need to get one of those stickers for my beer fridge out in the garage.
And you got your blankie, Eric, and we were happy to see that it was not just a whole bunch of images just repeated over. There was just one big large image.
And it's very soft too.
Yeah.
Very soft. Yeah.
Nice. I'm waiting on my hats now. That's the next thing. Waiting to see how they come out.
You get them from where'd you get them from? Lid Launch?
Yeah, I did. Yep.
Yeah.
Not any of these logos. I went with the old traditional logo because I can't. I'll wear a shirt with my face on it. And it's still hoodie season here, and it will block shit out. But I can't be going out wearing a hat in like general public with my own fucking face on it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'm curious when I get a T-shirt. It's like if I go to like a family function with our heads on it, it's like, what the fuck's this? I can't just see.
I've had a lot of people ask me, what is it? And I told them.
You tell them it's the best goddamn podcast under Glovebox Gaming there is, right?
That's right. I am remiss that I didn't say that this is a bad Fodder Figures, a subsidiary of Glovebox Gaming.
That's right.
Well, it was great catching up with you all. We hit a lot of topics there, and some of it I had no clue we were going to go there, but here we are. Quickly,
you never know what's going to happen.
Quickly before we move on to the news, your Reds matter 6-3.
Mm-hmm.
The Red Sox started out 0-3, and now the Red Sox are 6-3. They're on They're on a heater, a 6-game win streak.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the Nationals are. I have no clue.
Ian Hale says,
Washington baseball team.
Ian Hale says that Bad Fodder Figures finally got a shout out on the Glovebox Gaming YouTube channel.
Oh, what you mean finally? I talked about that before. Eric,
we have our people out there transcribing and breaking these videos down and giving us play-by-play of what's transpiring on your videos, and they say that this is the first time.
Okay, well, I guess I have to do more then.
Yeah.
How are the Nationals doing again?
I don't know. That's why I was asking you.
I don't know. I don't know. I think Matt's looking it up.
No, I'm ordering shirts.
Oh, you're ordering shirts?
I'm ordering shirts.
I know Scherzer did his thing the other night. That's all I do know, but I don't know what their record is.
Matt, any of you guys thinking of going to a game this year? Now, Eric, you're vaccinated, obviously. Matt, you haven't been yet, but when you are, you think you're going to go to a game?
Yeah, I think I might. Work is starting to give out tickets again. Well, obviously, the Reds this year, they're allowing fans back in. Work's got tickets, so I might, when we're good to go, I might grab some tickets and go down. Yeah. Okay.
What's the percentage they're allowing in right now?
I want to say 30%. I think it's like 15,000 fans. I want to say somewhere in that range.
Are they committed to that to the end of the year, or they reevaluate around the All-Star break?
It could change. Yeah, no, it could change. Yeah. But that's what they're doing right now. But it could change.
Well, wrestling's not doing any of that because WrestleMania had 1 million dudes there.
Yeah, WrestleMania was 2 nights. I've never heard of WrestleMania being 2 nights. And then
exactly
40,000 plus people at the Rangers game. I mean, the Rangers won't do 40,000 the rest of the way there, the rest of the season. But opening day, everybody feels like, our team is, hope springs eternal, right? And 0-0 record, and 40,000 people in Texas go see the Rangers. They'll be lucky to get 40,000 the rest of the season. The teams historically have been bad since, the Pudge Rodriguez days have been over. Opening day is about drinking, not about the game. Oh, we can circle back on my health again. They said I had a fatty liver, and they don't recommend I do any more drinking. Now, you guys ever have an ultrasound or one of those? What's that thing that they put you like under the
MRI? CAT scan?
Thank you, CAT scan. So when I had the ultrasound, they said I had a fatty liver. My doctor was like, you should stop drinking. I said, well, I haven't had a fucking drink since July 29th. Not that I'm counting. But I imagine we'd all have fatty livers at this point, no?
Yeah,
I know I am. I know I do.
age comes to that, bro.
Yeah. So,
I know I do.
let's move on to the news, shall we?
Really? Really? Okay, do you hear what he just said? Do you hear what he just said, why don't you, for once in your life, just do the fucking news? All right, no. I'm going to do the fucking news. No, here is the fucking news.
All right, we're going to play a voicemail right here. Dub F called in and talked about MLB The Show. It's a very short voicemail. And play that, and then we'll have Matt come down, break down the MLB The Show 21 news and what it all means and why it's on Xbox and blah, blah, blah. You ready for that, Matt? I'm just giving you that homework right now. Yep. You giving me a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
Sure.
All right.
What's going on, fella? Yeah. This is old WF calling in, checking in. Let you know I'm alive and well. It's springtime. Things are turning green. Temperatures are warming up. Everything is good in the world. Yeah. Good. I don't have much to say, though. I don't know. It's either I'm crazy or the world's crazy, but there just doesn't seem to be much to say anymore. I don't know. It's hard to believe at one point I called in every week with something. I have a hard time calling in anymore because it's like, I don't know what to talk about because, I don't know, there's really nothing that new. I mean, I don't know. The game, besides the show, I mean, it's coming to Game Pass. That's cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's cool. I like it. I'm liking it. Game Pass is like knocking it out of the park. You know, Microsoft's buying up everything and anything. So order on Game Pass. It's pretty cool. Get your money's worth. That's about it. I don't know. And it's just, you know, I'm still grinding the old Fortnite away. Grinding. Shoot. Loot. Yeah, that's about it. So, I don't know. I just called to say hi. So, how you doing, guys? Hi. Hi, Mike. Hi, Matt. Hi, Eric. How you doing? Yeah, that's about all I got, I guess. I guess that's all I got, yeah. So we'll just cut it there. Keep it nice and short the way Matt likes it. Have a great week, guys. Enjoy it. Live it. Love it. And I'll see you next week, maybe. Or even Archie.
All right, Dub F, thanks for calling in and segueing to MLB The Show. Matt, when we broke last time, we were not aware of this news. I think the news came out a day or two after we last recorded. MLB The Show, the standard edition, is coming to Xbox Game Pass on day one. We don't know how long of an arrangement this is. You know, this could be just for like, I'm going to put these in baseball terms. Opening day, maybe like the first month, or is this going to the...
That's how you do it, Fred.
That's how... Why did that sound like a southern...
Why did that talk?
There was like an emphasis on the do there. Or is this going to like the All-Star break? Are we going to the August dog days of summer? Are we going to the World Series or bust? What is your prediction, Matt?
We're going for the whole year. This is a year-long commitment, I believe.
That's what your sources are telling you. Chris Sabo called you up and said, Matt, George Foster
put his goggles on
and said, tell you.
Yep. Chris Sabo and
Ted Kaczynski said.
Ted Kaczynski. Ted Kaczynski's ghost talked to Eric Davis. He talked to Chris Sabo and then talked to me and said, hey, this is what's going on.
At least he didn't talk to Castellanos, that punk.
Oh, he's a great guy.
He's a punk.
That was awesome. That was
a punk. Anyway,
bullshit.
That was a punk. Well,
it was only a punk move because it wasn't the fucking Red Sox. If the Red Sox did, you've been all over that shit. That's how you play baseball. Yeah.
We'll discuss it on the YouTube after show. I don't have time for this right now. Let's get back to the news, please.
But no, I think it's a long term. I think it's a long term thing. Being on there, I tell you what, it surprised the hell out of me that was coming on Game Pass.
Man. That was a great
yeah.
Game.
Well, I think the more I dig into it, though, I'm not as surprised. Now, I'm not up on the numbers here, and you have researched it. The MLB The Show doesn't do fabulous numbers on the PlayStation.
No, it's
going to now.
Well, I mean, 1.8 1.15 million, I think, in sales or something like that, or copies they sell.
To put that in perspective, Monster Hunter Rise in its first week sold 5 million. Okay, so you're talking about a sports game here, MLB The Show, and I'm not doubting your numbers aren't correct, but let's say they are 1.15 million. That's kind of paltry when it comes to.
I agree.
When it comes to a sporting game and just games in general of that magnitude of the money that they must cost. I'm sure Sony in years prior had to pay MLB a shitload of money just to maintain that license on their system.
Well, sure. Yes, absolutely. Sony paid, I mean, sure, MLB, sometimes some. And yeah, the numbers don't add up, okay, for sure. But there is a strong following to MLB The Show that people wait out for the show, for this every year. I mean, it's been a Sony exclusive and it's been a hot game every year. I mean, it has been.
Well, you can't say it's a hot game if it only sells 1.15. It does well.
Well,
no, it's
download numbers are going to be off the charts.
Well, yes, because baseball...
You're not going to be able to monetize it, but you could say download numbers are going to be off the chart. I think for both systems because of the controversy behind it.
For sure. I think that's absolutely true. I think there's going to be people on Xbox who are just dying for a true baseball sim to be on their platform they haven't had in the longest time. So there's those people that are just not in the PlayStation ecosystem that want a baseball game on the Xbox system. There's going to be people that just try everything under the sun on Game Pass. Could be a casual baseball fan. Oh, great. I sort of like the Marlins, and, this game's on Game Pass. I'm going to try it out, right? You're going to get those people. And then, like Eric says, I think there's going to be people on the PlayStation side who are, tried and true, die-in-the-wool PlayStation people, and they're going to buy it just because that's what they always do. And I think there's going to be people like me who might buy it on the PlayStation because I want to feel it on the DualSense. I want to hear the 3D audio. I want to feel the controller with all these new improvements that they say are coming out. I'll be like those crazy people that are buying Outriders on PC, but are yay at the same time going, but it's on Game Pass. It's on Game Pass. And then you go see them, they're playing it on PC, and you're like, what? Why are you fucking screaming at the top of your lungs? It's on Game Pass. You just dropped $60 to play it on PC. But I'll be that same asshole, maybe picking it up on the PlayStation because I want to see it with all the new accoutrements.
I think there's definitely some pluses here because PlayStation 5, I'm sure there's going to be some extra, the DualSense and all that stuff going on there with that. And, if people who are dedicated to it, the cloud saves, bringing in their last player that they've put all this time and money into, can keep playing. I'm not sure I can do that on the Xbox with my cloud save that I have, my picture that I've got that I've been working with for the past couple of years. I don't know if I can bring him into my Xbox ecosystem. I might have to start fresh and new. I don't know. But
I think this game is going to be more popular on the Xbox. Now, the reason I say that is because, firstly, you got people on Xbox who've never played it, right? Never played it and don't know what. And then you got the, in quotes, free. It's free, not really, but it's free. Man, it's gonna be a solid franchise for the Xbox from now until.
Shonuff says in chat, even though Sony lost exclusivity, the show should have been announced for PS Plus as soon as the deal was announced. Having what has been a staple exclusive show up on your competition's service while your core customer has to pay $60 to $70 to play is terrible optics. Jim Ryan should have seen this coming.
I have a theory about that, y'all. Can I tell y'all my theory about that?
Go for it. Okay,
my theory about that is Jim Ryan is, and people just, like to throw his name around.
It's been a bad week for Jim Ryan.
And Jim Ryan probably doesn't have a clue. But here's my theory on Jim Ryan and Sony. I don't know. Y'all tell me. Sony is still Sony of Japan. And Sony of America has to go through Sony of Japan for stuff. Do y'all see it like that? Because I don't think Sony of Japan gives a damn about MLB The Show because they have all kinds of baseball games over there for the PlayStation 5 right now. The Japanese baseball games. And I don't think they're as focused on this as in America.
I don't. It's a tough call there. I think to make it abundantly clear for those listening, Sony had no decision making in bringing the game to Game Pass, because MLB is the publisher on this game on Xbox,
Right.
and they made the deal with Microsoft. Now, this is my overall feeling that baseball is a dying sport, even though it's thriving in the Knothole League. I just think overall it is a dying sport, with the exception of a few markets. I mean, if there was no pandemic and things were just going along as normal, a vast majority of those stadiums are empty because the owners won't pay to have a good product on the field, and they're just taking the revenue dollars that get sent to them and just putting it in their bank. And they have poor management. They're not investing in their minor leagues and getting the good talent to supplement what they would do through free agency. But not only that, it's a slow sport, and with the advancement of the internet, kids now have tuned it out. By and large, there's just not enough action. That's why they've been thinking the balls were loaded a few years ago, because they wanted to get home runs. Chicks dig the long ball, right? You've all heard that term. And to me, I just think it's a dying sport, and they're trying to do anything they can to bring in more viewership and more interest in. So they just go ahead.
Well, they need to get rid of these fucking blackout rules.
Well, now you're telling rich people to make less money. So good luck with that.
Well, I mean, if you want to bring more people in, or do you want to make more money?
The fucking owners don't care as long as you just give them the revenue money.
So then it shouldn't matter. So blackout rules should matter. I mean, these local regional sports networks is how these owners are getting their money in that. If they're getting their money from MLB subscription or from Bally Sports, they're getting their money still. What's the matter is it's fucking black. If I'm watching online, or if I'm watching, I have to have a certain fucking cable service to be able to watch it with.
There's got to be. I tend to say there's got to be smarter people out there than me, but I'm not sure that's the case anymore. There's just people out there that just have decided that this is the way it's going to be, and they need to do something. And that's why you're seeing, a lot of people don't like this Manford guy. He's trying to, speed up the game, put a pitch clock in. I know you're going to be terribly upset about this, Matt, but the pitcher's hitting is going away. The DH is coming to the National League. I think it's next year or the year after it's coming. They're just doing all sorts of things to put more emphasis on the offense. Everybody loves the no-hitter every once in a while. Everybody likes the nail-biter game every once in a while. But by and large, people want to go see home runs. They want to see runs. They want to see scores.
They want to see the offense. Yeah. I mean, it's like football. People want to see the offense more than they do the defense.
Yeah, we'll take a good defensive game in the cold weather and the snow, right? But by and large, we want to tune in and we want to see, 35-27, game, a lot of action, right?
Yeah. No one wants to see a 1-0 baseball game, because they can't appreciate the pitching that's going on and stuff like that.
Yeah. So, but April 20th, right around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You're getting Bobby Longstockings ready. He's going to come in. Is that your player's name?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yep.
Uh-huh. No, I'm ready. I'm happy it's coming to the Xbox finally. I think it's great for the game. I think it's great for baseball. More exposure it gets, the better it is. And there must be something going on right with it, because if there wasn't, then they would have stopped making the game years ago. I mean, you say it's a paltry number, then why are they still doing it?
Well, it's the only show in town. So now it's going to be the only show in town on both systems. So they're going to make that money, man.
You got to wonder why Sony was doing it. Feather in their cap, exclusivity. Just someone signed the deal a long time ago. The deal get renewed. MLB came in and said, "Yeah, we're renewing it, but we need to do it with Xbox now."
I mean, you got to figure the game can't be that much to produce, right? I mean, you're using the same engine over and over, and you're making little tweaks here and there. You're updating player models and stuff like that. But I mean, it's like Madden football.
Someone's got to be paying all those players. They're not in there for free.
Well, no, but it's not like you're. I mean, I'm sure it's not a lot.
I'm sure you pay it to MLB, and MLB doles out the money, but there's a fee to get all those guys in that game.
Yeah.
None of those guys are in that game not getting any money. Everybody whose name and likeness is in there is getting money.
But it's not like Votto is negotiating with them and say, well, you got to pay me this much if I'm being in this game. No, I mean, it's the MLB Players Union. So the MLB Players Union is got a big, giant contract. Say, okay, you know what? Give us $500,000 and you can use our players. And it gets distributed somehow from there or like that, just like MLB. It's like, you know what? Give us $1 million. All right, here you go. Now you can talk to MLB Union. You can do this. You can do that. You can use the stadiums. You can use the team names.
Regardless, it's a quality product, though. For real, it is. It's
absolutely. It is a great game.
So you're going to get the standard edition on the Xbox One or the Xbox Series X and S. The other editions, if you want them, you got to pay for those. A lot of monetization in these games, right?
Yeah,
with the packs and everything like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's it's like Fortnite. Anything else you can buy your I think it's Stubs, whatever
Legendary
Stubs
team or something like that.
Yeah, you can buy your tickets and baseball cards and make your own team and all that shit. So,
Chase It.
There is no PC.
It's not on PC. There's never been a PC version of this game that I believe. But
there is no. It's not on PC.
Just consoles.
If you want a PC baseball game, you got to do Out of the Park baseball.
Matt, do you usually
Game Pass?
Do you usually dig that deep into the show? Because I just play it topically. I'm just playing the game. I get my national.
Oh, Matt's very in deep with it.
So I love. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have the World Series on Twitch again, like we had the Super Bowl.
Absolutely, can't wait. Yeah, Eric. I go and I get the card packs and stuff. I try and make a I don't want to say fantasy team, but they got some other
dynasty.
Team, yeah, something like that. Yeah,
Diamond, isn't it something Diamond?
Diamond Dynasty.
Diamond.
Something like
yeah.
So, but my biggest thing I do is my Road to the Show character. I always like to play that role.
Yeah,
get my guy to the majors and shit like that.
All right, well, let's move on to some Sony news because I need Eric to help me out here, Eric. We talked last time that there was speculation that they were going to take away the store on the PS3 and the Vita. Shortly after episode 157 release, that has been confirmed that's going to be happening. Now there's been a big, I'm not saying a huge expose or piece, but there was a piece in Bloomberg this week from Jason Schreier talking about Sony's obsession with blockbuster titles.
Yeah, I saw that.
And going into depth on how there was this mini studio, Visual Studio Arts, I think is the name of them. They help out on a lot of projects, but they decided to work on a remake of Last of Us. Now, we can stop right there. Well, I'm not sure why we need a remake of The Last of Us right now. The game came out 8 years ago. There's already been plenty of remastered versions of that game. I'm not sure why Sony feels the need to remake this game. But needless to say, there was a small group working on the game. They were pulled off of it. The new guy, Herman Hulst, I think he was with Guerrilla. And now he's in charge of Worldwide Studios, pulled Visual Arts off of the game, and now Naughty Dog is making the remake of The Last of Us, as well as the new Uncharted game. There's the tone of the piece of the article was that Sony is just hedging their bets on these big titles. The new Horizon game, God of War, Spider-Man, Ratchet and Clank, Last of Us, and Uncharted. And that there has been, within the hierarchy of Sony and the workers, there has been some dissatisfaction that it's all about these big AAA titles now and that creativity to make some lesser-known games when things were maybe under Sean Layden's control has been deprioritized. How is that making you feel about stuff? Having them sort of. I think they're doing a lot of VR stuff, and in the news here we got a title that just got announced this week. So maybe the truth lies somewhere in between. But just on face value of that piece, is that something you're worried about?
No, I think because everything is like a roller coaster. You know, 1 minute Microsoft is crap and they're not doing anything, and the next minute Sony is crap and they're not doing anything. So I just think every dog has its day, and everybody's riding high off of the Game Pass and the MLB The Show going to Game Pass day one and day. You know, it's just what it is right now. I think Sony could do that. It'll be a mistake, I think, if they make that Last of Us again, the remake or whatever.
Oh, they're definitely making it.
But yeah, they're making it, and it'll be a mistake, and nobody will buy it, and they'll press on from it. You know what I mean? So it's not a big deal to me, and they should go off of these big titles that they have, just like all of them should. Just like Microsoft should go off of Halo. You need to make another Halo. Just like Nintendo is always going to make another Mario game. You know, so I don't think it's a big deal. I just think that people are looking for something to have controversy about.
Right? Yeah, I would agree. Like, no one seems like can have like a straight up conversation about what Sony's doing without the next step being, well, Microsoft has Game Pass. Like, why can't this just be individual conversation? Because they just released this news article this week that Epic is going to lose $330 million.
Which from Steam trying to... Yeah, I read that too.
Giving away free games and then having exclusivity. You know, and so what do you know? Game Pass maybe doesn't lose that amount of money because they have people paying into their system, right? And no one's paying into Epic, so there's the difference. But I think, you know, as far as Sony goes with The Last of Us, I think that's going to sell. I think there's people that are first-time PS5 owners. You know, they're younger generation. They're getting their first console. Or there's people that just, you know, hey, let's be honest, Matt has an Xbox because that was what was available to him at the time. If the PS5 was available, maybe he'd have the PS5. So what I'm trying to get at is maybe there's people out there that have a PS5 because they couldn't get their hands on an Xbox. Whatever. I think The Last of Us is going to do well enough for that remake to make sense. Plus the movie or whatever it is, if it's a TV show or movie, whatever it comes to be of that's going to come out coincide at the same time.
Correct. So I think so too.
I just don't know why they have to, and again, this is someone's article. This isn't Sony coming out and making these proclamations. But why can't they do both is what I get. And I feel the same way with Microsoft. Like, why can't they do Game Pass and have all these great first-party blockbuster titles like Sony has? So conversely with Sony, it's like, why can't you put out the God of Wars and the Horizons that make, you know, millions of dollars for you and take some of that cash influx and have more of these smaller, you know, titles. And again, it hasn't happened yet where they've come out and said, no, this isn't happening. We're still seeing smaller games like Returnal coming out. We got a news story here about a survival game that's coming out. So I guess over time we'll see if those things start to dwindle or not.
Yeah, I just think people are basically just looking for conversation right now to pit the two against each other, and it's pointless, really.
So in the article, it also mentions Days Gone, that Ben's studio wanted to make a Days Gone 2. And Days Gone is a free game right now on PS Plus. If you have PS Plus, pick it up. And I guess Days Gone, the first one, had mixed reviews, but according to the article, it was profitable. And like a Ubisoft game that Matt likes, Ben's studio kept adding to Days Gone. They just didn't put it out and then just let it die on the vine. They kept providing content, making tweaks and fixes, and updating it, you know, throughout its life cycle. So they went to Sony sometime in 2019, 2020 and said, we want to make a Days Gone 2. They made their pitch, and Sony said no. So Ben's studio was then put on to work on the Last of Us remake for Naughty Dog, and I guess the owners there were concerned that they were just going to be absorbed by Naughty Dog, and they pushed back to PlayStation, and PlayStation acquiesced and took them off that project, and now they are making their own new IP, which we don't know what that's going to be. Shownuff says in chat, I really want to see Naughty Dog, what they can do outside The Last of Us and Uncharted. I would agree with that, but their games are so fantastic when they put them out, so it's hard to...
They are.
It's hard to, like, really complain. I mean, Uncharted 4 was one of my favorites, and Last of Us 2 was, phenomenal.
I mean, they definitely put out some polished games when they put them
but
out.
they don't want to be like a CD Projekt Red and rush something and just shit the bed. You know what I'm saying? So take your time, get your IP, whatever IP that you're going to come up with, and do it right. And that's where you keep your people, you keep your fan base, and that's how you keep it going,
man. I'm not the biggest.
I would love to see it.
Well, go ahead.
I would love to see an Uncharted 5.
Sure.
Yes and no. I mean, if Uncharted 4 ended so good, like, is there?
It did.
What are we doing? Like, where are we taking?
Yeah.
I need to see where they're taking this. Is it someone else, like his kid or something? I don't know. I think it's a while away. And of course,
absolutely.
The new God of War is coming out, and it's not supposed to be a full-fledged God of War. It's supposed to be something more along the lines, a shorter experience. Think of that Uncharted game that they put out with the two women shortly after Uncharted 4.
I think you should let a series die and then bring it back. Like, like you say, Mike, way down the road, and you bring it back, and I think you can make it popular then.
I mean, I like what Shonuff says. I mean, those are a very talented studio. They certainly are smart enough and capable enough of doing something different. Doesn't always have to be those two.
Absolutely.
I mean, what do you think the chances of Guerrilla brings back, not Guerrilla, Insomniac ever brings back Resistance? And you think Guerrilla's ever going to go back to Killzone?
Killzone. I was just going to bring, when you said Guerrilla, I was going to think, I would love
Matt,
some type of.
We used to play that all the time?
All the time we played that, dude.
They bring that back. I'm in, bro.
Killzone 3 was.
Trailer or anything. I'm in.
Yes. I think they would definitely, if they could revamp and regroup and put out a new Killzone, oh my goodness. And Resistance or something. Oof.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm in.
But we got bigger fish to fry, right, Eric? We got Ratchet and Clank coming soon.
Oh, man, I can't even stand it, man. As a matter of fact, to make it so bad, I'm playing the new Ratchet and Clank. I mean, the latest Ratchet and Clank right now. And they about to put the 60 frame per second little patch on it, man. Come on, man. Let's go.
Isn't that already out by now or no?
No, it's not out yet. It's going to be with the new system update.
Okay.
They say.
Excellent.
Because I've been checking every day. I'm like, oh.
Because I had an update a few weeks ago. I thought that was it, but that wasn't it. It was just a getting ready type update.
Yeah, they said it's on the front page of PlayStation 5. It says towards the end of the month.
Okay. Moving on, Borderlands 3, the director's cut was released this week. Matt, I know that you've been watching your guy on Facebook, Goth, play it. And I saw his comments today that he feels that Borderlands 3 is now in a place where he wanted it to be, and says it feels more along the lines of Borderlands 2, although he still feels the story is inferior. And I know you've played it, so we'll get to your impressions in just a minute. But the latest update, the director's cut, introduces a brand new raid boss, a series of murder mystery missions, new daily and weekly challenges via vault cards, and a cache of never-before-seen behind-the-scenes content, not to mention new legendary gear and cosmetic items. So you've been dabbling back into Borderlands 3. You've been watching what you've been playing. What is are you agreeing with your guy, Goth? You feel like it's some nice improvements?
Well, I don't know if the improvements are with the new DLC and stuff, because I'm still kind of experiencing the same old. Okay. But you can, like, some of your legendaries and epics, you can re-roll to get better anointments and stuff on them. I can do that without having the new DLC stuff. It seems good. I'm not sure what quality of life improvements are there, because I haven't.
So when you watch Goth, what does he say when he's like, "Oh my God, this feels so good"? Does he dive into what feels so good?
Yeah, he's liking the new DLC story and stuff like that. He's liking the where you can re-roll the anointments. I'm thinking they lowered the legendary drop rates. Okay, which we've talked about that before, where it's like, okay, if everything's a legendary, then why is it so special? So I think they dropped that down to make it a little bit more rare. They fixed the not the skill trees, but the that other secondary tree system that you had when you get past a certain. They apparently that's been improved and actually kind of in effect better. I have kind of felt that. I mean, it's running smooth. It's running smooth. It's running great. I haven't had any issues with anything.
Now, I got a question for both of you. That's what we were talking about. So certain games like the Borderlands and the Fallouts and the Destiny, you two are always going to play those no matter what, right?
I think so, unless they may do something really stupid.
So that's what, you're always going to play it because that's something you and Matt always put time in Borderlands. More so 2, right? Y'all put time in Borderlands 2.
Yeah.
But you got 3 because that's what you do.
Yeah, definitely. I think Matt gravitates to the looter shooters. I think that's his preferred genre. I play a little bit of everything. But yeah, certainly a fan of Borderlands. I mean, I thought Borderlands 3 was an okay to good game. Not as good as Borderlands 2, mostly just because the story wasn't nearly as good. I mean, there's some nice improvements to Borderlands 3 compared to 2, but my preference still story-wise is to play 2.
And like when, what's the name of the game? Far Cry comes out, everybody's playing it. I mean, that you didn't even have to show me a trailer, and I'm playing it.
Right, so that's you're circling back to what Sony's saying by putting out these quality or household names that people are just going to buy them. But I think my point, and just to go, why can't they do both, Eric? That's really what I'm at. Like, sure, put out your Far Cry 6 equivalent, whatever that is, but still also innovate. And I'm not saying they're not going to do that, but the tone of that piece makes it sound like, nope, they have no interest in doing that. So we'll see if that happens.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah.
Anything else?
I think the game, I was watching him play in that, so I thought, I'm getting playing this game, and I'm enjoying it. I'm finishing up the DLC that I've already paid for before I buy the next season pass. I think the new season pass is another $30. But I'm finishing up what I have now, what I've got first, before I do that. I just reached level 65 today. I'm looking at a rebuild for my character because it's been so long. There's so much new shit out there. And
some Kung Fu grip.
Kung Fu grip.
Hey, Matt, if a game hits Game Pass, say like a Borderlands or something like that, does the DLC come with it?
No, usually not.
No. Yeah, that's a good because Destiny. Well, actually, Destiny Beyond Light did come on Game Pass. But yeah, normally, your Game Pass, or I'm sorry, the DLC is not included with that. You just get the base game. Like MLB The Show. I'm just going to get the base game. I'm not going to get any extras or anything with that. Unless I pay for it.
Support the cause, Matt. You got that stim.
I'll be putting some extra money in my MLB The Show. Yeah.
There you go.
And if it even though it's unlikely, if it does leave early this year off of Game Pass, which I don't see that happening, I will buy the game. I'll pay for it.
All right.
Yep.
Moving on, Eric. Here is the PlayStation story I was alluding to. Blue Box Game Studios, based in the Netherlands, have announced a cinematic survival sim called Abandoned. It's supposed to come out to the PS5 later this year. The story is centered around a person named Jason Longfield. Wakes up in a strange forest, abandoned, not remembering how he got there. Jason soon finds out that he was kidnapped and brought there for a dark purpose. Ooh, a dark purpose. Fighting for his survival, his main goal is to escape. And they go on and talk about the realistic experiences in this game. So this is not an action shooter title where you're going to be doing a lot of running and gunning. Just imagine for a second, Matt, you're out in your property and someone has kidnapped you, and there's bad people out there. You're not going to be running and gunning. You're going to be sort of trying to keep a low profile, hiding, bobbing and weaving, taking your pop shots, here and there, you only got so many bullets there, only so many rounds in your pocket, so you got to make sure each bullet counts.
Seems very stressful.
Right.
Very stressful.
He said that their studio is focused on crafting a cinematic-style first-person story. This is no fast-paced action shooter in which you just run, aim, and shoot. Abandon requires you to hide and plan every shot before pulling the trigger. We want you to be nervous as you encounter each enemy, to be aware that a wrong move can be the deciding factor between surviving a combat scenario or not. There's going to be immersion through the DualSense wireless controller and 3D audio. Players will feel each and every interaction during gameplay, such as being struck by a bullet. Pulling the trigger on a loaded or unloaded gun will feel different. Equally, 3D audio will help shape your decisions and tactics, using the accurate position of gunshots out in the wilds to help you decide your next move. Where's your interest, Eric? Abandoned.
My interest is high because that's something, I'm liking that they're coming out with something new, I don't know anything about this company that's putting it out there, but it's a new IP and it sounds fantastic. I'm interested.
Okay. Moving on, the PS5 exclusive Deathloop, of course, Bethesda, Microsoft owned, has been delayed again. So Arcane's timed PS5 console exclusive is moving from its previous May 21st release date to a fall release date. Not really fall, end of summer, September 14th. It's the second big delay for Deathloop, which was originally supposed to be out in 2020. They are citing COVID-19 related delays. So we're committed to equally and preserving our team's ambitions for Deathloop while ensuring the health and safety of everyone at Arcane. We'll be using this extra time to accomplish our goal, create a fun, stylish, and mind-bending player experience. So certainly some disappointment with that, but people take your time. Matt, I am more disappointed that the Lego game, the Star Wars Lego game, has been delayed.
Me too.
Those early Star Wars and Indiana Jones Lego games were fantastic.
Fun, so much fun.
And they're going to be putting out the whole saga, all the Star Wars games into one game.
Yeah, I'll buy it.
That's been delayed as well. I think we're going to see a lot of delays this year. I wouldn't be I wouldn't be stunned, Eric, if that survival game Abandon doesn't get delayed, because that's anytime you see a game Q4, you're like, that game.
Yeah, that means 2022.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Last bit of news here: Outriders is going to have a patch out next week, and they're also going to have a player appreciation package on the way. So a bit of a rocky launch for Outriders with some server issues. But beyond that, some players were getting their inventory wiped completely. Imagine that, putting all that time in, and then you go look at your inventory and your character's naked and you have no guns or nothing. Well, that's been happening to some people, unfortunately. So anybody who's played the game between March 31st and April 11th, they're going to be getting some compensation, not only for the inventory wipe, but for just playing the game during the server issues. So you're going to be getting a level-appropriate legendary weapon, a level-appropriate amount of titanium, and the frustration emote. Got a lot of talk about Outriders here in just a minute when we go over what we've been playing. Eric, have you been playing it at all?
No, not at all. I've been playing
so I guess I will lead that discussion then.
Yeah.
Matt's played it, but there's a reason Matt's playing Borderlands 3, because he's been less than pulsed with
I tried to play it. but servers were down, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And Eric, for everything's first impressions with Glovebox Gaming. If you can't meet,
hey, you are so correct.
You can't meet your mark on day one.
No, sir.
He's just like, you go to the sin bin and the delete and the toilet flushes.
Rocks.
Yeah,
the sin bin.
That's right.
He's just like, get me out of here. Well, let's segue over to what we've been playing. I need a bit of a vocal break here. Matt, why don't you kick things off and tell everybody about your early game of the year contender? And I know, Eric, you have a lot to say about this as well. So
I do.
So, Matt, kick it off.
I think it's early, and it is definitely my number one right now. It Takes Two.
And I have to agree with you 250%, Matthew Helmer.
I agree with that 300%. Because, my goodness. What?
Man.
Even though I did have a point, I think it was last week, where I actually threw my controller during the game. Okay? I mean, I did, Eric. I threw my fucking controller during the game. It was during a boss fight.
It's not... It's not
my God.
for
Do we need to talk about this and break this down and the play-by-play of what happened?
Yes, you do.
So this Eric, if you had to guess, what boss fight would you say? I'm not sure how far along in the game you are.
I finished it, bro, but you say what boss fight?
If you had to guess, which one is it?
I don't know.
Come on, just take a guess.
I'm trying to think of all of them.
It was what, early on?
Was it the vacuum cleaner?
No, it was it was probably middle of the game. It was the one with the fucking whatchamacallit, the plane, right? The guy got the rocket ship. The rocket ship.
You had to fly the rockets around. And
yeah. So let me just break this down, this scenario here. Well, let me back up a little bit. There's two things that have been realized in this game. A, Matt is not great at jumping. And two,
we always knew that.
And two, I struggle with like depth perception type stuff.
Okay. So which character did you play, Matt, and which one did you play, Mike?
I'm playing Cody.
Okay, and you're playing a female, Mike. Okay, cool.
I'm the wife, Matt's the husband.
Yeah.
Okay. So we had this, first of all, we're always up against a time constraint because Matt's got to get to bed, around 10:30, right? So you're always, anytime you got a boss battle late in the night, that adds an extra layer of stress because he's got to go.
Right.
So we got this, we had a very, probably, I don't know, hour and a half, 2 hours gaming session, right? So we were spent by this point anyways.
Yeah.
But we were at such a place that we just couldn't end because, we're at the boss battle. We had to see this level through. There was no sense of waiting till the next day. Well, this boss battle must have taken us a half hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And so with this, what you had to do is you had these like missiles that were coming at you, and they only had so much life to them. And if you dodged out of the way, they would run out of gas and they would fall down. And then you got on top of them. You rode them into the spaceship to kill the guy in the spaceship. What was the guy's name? It was the baboon.
The baboon. Moon baboon. Moon baboon, right?
Moon baboon, yeah.
Yeah.
Her little stuffed animal, yeah.
Yeah. So Matt just couldn't get the handle. He was jumping instead of dashing, and I was in no position to correct him because it was just he was not listening to anything. So I was just very silent, and I'm watching. I'm dashing out of the way of these fucking rockets, and Matt's like running around. If you run with the character, like the Cody looks like he's got a dildo up his ass. So
His arms go up in the air. His arms go up in the air.
So Matt's running around the circle, like this, and and he's not dashing. He's just jumping and running around, and he's wondering why all these problems are happening. And then silence. We have silence for a minute, Eric, there's silence. After every time, like, we both died, there's silence. And finally, it says, Devious Mr. Matt left the party.
No, he just checked out.
I was like, oh, fuck. He just fucking rage quit. Because, like, I'm watching his character, and his character's not moving. And then, like, he would, like, I think he was waiting to see if I was going to quit. And then once I started moving, I pictured him on the other end going, all right, we're making another attempt. But I had no idea because he wasn't in the party. But come to find out, Matt got so enraged that he threw his controller, and the throwing of the controller, I think, bounced him out of the party.
Yes.
Wow.
And we never got back into the party until we beat the boss.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I realized I was talking. I realized, wait a minute, I'm not in the party. So I think Mike even texted me. He said, "What happened? You know, there's no party left." I was like, "Oh, wait a minute, maybe because I threw my controller and disconnected from the game."
Now,
oh my god!
Now, if I had to rate that game, I give it a 9 out of 10, and here's why.
Absolutely.
Because there's only one flaw in that game that I don't like. That you have to have somebody else play with you. That's it.
Well, it's in the title. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. But me and EJ, he played with me. We played it in 2 days. We played 6 hours one day and 6 hours the next day. And we were our jaws were hanging open the whole time, bro. We were so in shock by this game. That game is great.
Oh, it's
and I'm a platformer anyway.
Yes, so, that's what I kept saying to Matt. I said, this is Eric's type of game. This is what Eric envisions when he wants to play games.
Absolutely, Mike. And if you're not a platformer, or like, I couldn't sit there and play that with my wife. There's no way fucking hell I can play. There's no way. Because she just ain't got the patience to think about. Because some of the things, me and EJ, we had to think. We had to say, okay, let's look at this. Let's see what we need to do.
How many times you go to Google?
None. Zero.
We've gone twice.
We had that streak going until yesterday. We had like there was something with the magnets. We weren't figuring
the magnets. We couldn't figure something out with the magnets.
Oh yeah, EJ, we was on that. He was like, jump together, and then we'll be in the middle, man. That thing was great.
Yeah, we figured that out. But we had to figure out that there was a bridge. We had to connect the bridge, and we had to kind of wait a minute. We're not doing something right here.
We
broke down. That was the first time. But all the other times we've been saying, okay, wait a minute. Let's think about this. Let's see what we got to do.
How good was that ice skating?
Oh, God.
Man, that game is. Listen, man. If they make games like if they make games like that, man, I'm like, oh my God. And Mike, Matt, when you said game of the year, bro, I'm with you, man. That is definitely in the conversation.
Well, the amount of thought that went into this game, far as we were talking about, the spiders. You go to a certain part, and you got to jump up and walk, and the way that the screen and everything turns, the camera turns everything with you, and just how the thought, the amount of work they put in this game. This is a $60 game. Cyberpunk is not. Okay, Outriders is not. This is a $60 fucking game, and we only paid $30 for it.
And one person paid for it. Yeah.
Yes.
And
absolutely.
In the middle of the game, bro, you break down, you're doing one thing, and then 1 minute you're playing Mortal Kombat on top of an airplane with a squirrel, bro. It was fantastic, bro. That game was the best game I've played all year so far.
The puzzles in it, the amount of thinking that it puts you in there, the teamwork and everything.
The innovation.
The innovation. How it looks. Some of these worlds where you get into it, you just open it up, it's like, oh my God, this is beautiful. Yeah, it looks fantastic.
Matt's not a water guy, and he really enjoyed the underwater. I thought when you were in the boat in that blue water, we had to do the boat combat. I'm not a big fan of what they did with the boat combat. It was okay, but just the visuals.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And it was tripping me out because I was looking on my friends list. Nobody was playing it. And again, I was asking people, hey, does anybody want to try It Takes Two? It Takes Two. You don't have to. And people were like, well, I don't have that game. I was like, you don't have to have it. I have it. Let's go. Do you want to play? Nobody wanted to play it. Because, initially it looks kiddie. It looks like a kid's game.
Yeah. It's nothing but kids.
It's not. It's not.
No, well, there was that last night. We were sitting there. They said a couple of things. Like Mike's like, I can't believe they just said that. I can't believe they just said that. Relation shit.
Yeah.
I had a one blow up. It was very early on in the game where we had to coordinate that, like those the wall dash, and you had to flip up the platform
with the nails.
Jump
With the nails.
Yeah, I think
I had an outburst there, and I thought the game at one point could have ended naturally, and I would have been satisfied. I thought that maybe they extended the game a little bit, but I'm not complaining anymore because that skating and that snow globe world wouldn't have been in the base game if they ended it where I thought they were going to end it.
Yeah,
snow globe way better than the time one.
And the underwater one was good too. I like that.
Yeah.
When that big ass fish was coming towards you, man, that thing.
Oh golly, yeah,
that game was awesome.
The time, I would say, I was anything that the time world so far is my least favorite. The time, having
with the clock,
time,
with the big clock. Yep.
But definitely the snow globe and the garden wasn't too bad. Going through that,
the garden was cool. Yeah,
we haven't finished it yet, so no spoilers. We just
we got one more chapter we have to go through.
Yeah,
and the ending it's satisfying. I'd say
the story is incredible. The story is actually. But engaging.
People was crapping all over the story. They was like, I was like, the story, it was necessary, kind of.
Bullshit. There's Mike and I will be sitting there talking, and all of a sudden there's a cutscene comes up, and we both shut up because we're listening to the story and to that book and to what's going on.
Yeah, man, that's a great game.
I mean, there's some deep shit going on there. It's an absolutely great game.
If anybody in chat hasn't tried that game, man,
oh yeah,
please try that game.
I think it's a must play, and you just got to have someone that's competent to play with you. It's not something. It's not something cute that you can say, "Well, I want to play with." We use Maniac as example and say like, "Oh, maybe I'll play this with my granddaughter." No, this is someone you need to be able. I mean, maybe your granddaughter's a very good gamer. I don't know, but this is something like you play.
You gotta have some platform experience.
Yeah,
at least a couple Marios under your belt.
Yeah, it's not for the it is not for the faint of heart.
No, sir.
No, it's not. You gotta have a good understanding of game mechanics, and they put a lot into this game.
And you gotta be able to you gotta be able to think stuff through on the fly, man. You gotta
Excellent game.
Like there's a part of me like saying, well, if Matt bails out, maybe I'll buy it and have Lynn play with me. No, she doesn't.
Nah,
she wouldn't be able to pick it up. No,
John would be throwing controllers like Matt.
Yeah, I was pissed that night.
So six thumbs up for all of us here.
Oh, man.
Absolutely. 6 thumbs.
I'm not sure what else is out there that could beat this game right now.
Yeah, it's fabulous.
Absolutely fabulous.
We already talked about Borderlands 3 that you've been playing. Anything else?
That's it. Those are the two major. No Destiny or nothing going on this week. I've moved on to different things right now.
All right, Eric, what have you been playing last 2 weeks besides It Takes Two?
Yeah, I played the Overwatch. They got a new event on Overwatch. Of course, I play that because I play it all the time.
Has the Overwatch update come out with the 120 hertz and all that?
No, not yet.
No?
No.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because I think they're going to bring out Overwatch 2 here soon, but I don't know when. Around E3, we'll probably get some statements about that. But also downloaded the new Aves, Exodus, Soulstorm, whatever.
Soulstorm, the Odyssey.
I downloaded that.
Abe's Odyssey.
Because I'm a big, because that's another platformer, and I'm a big fan of, I'm a big fan of Abe's Odyssey and all that good stuff. So it's kind of the same, but it just looks really, really good. It looks really good, and it sounds really good. That game is.
How challenging is that?
It's very challenging. Very challenging. It's not for the faint of heart. You got to go in there with some kind of platforming experience, but very good game.
And that's free on PS5.
Absolutely free. Yep.
It's not on the did it
PS4. Nope.
It's a PS5 only game, and it's free with PS Plus.
Yes. So I've been playing that a little bit and enjoying it, man. Enjoying it a lot.
Okay.
And that's it, really. I wish I could find somebody else to play through It Takes Two again, because that thing was fantastic.
Yeah, I'd be interested to know your take of playing it again now that you've already seen it. Like, would you have as much enjoyment, like discovering that stuff?
I want to play it as the other character now.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. Which character did you play as?
I played like you. I was the female. I want to play as the male, and do the whole throwing of the nails thing and all that. I didn't do that.
I think it's unfortunate. I think as much as I love the game, I'm not sure if I can play it again because I know it'd be almost like turn to a speed run. Even though I'd be playing, like this time around, I would play the female, but it would be, I don't know, it wouldn't be this.
It's something you have to play like a year later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's a good point.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it for me. Mike, what you been playing?
Well, just besides the, It Takes Two, I put in Cyberpunk just for a hot minute to see if I could tell anything with the update. The only thing I noticed is I had a bugged mission that was no longer bugged, so I was able to complete that. One of my other missions that was bugged is still bugged, so I think that one is not recoverable because essentially I blasted the, I forget what they call those people that have gone crazy in that game. I blasted him through a garage door and I can't get him back. So I don't think I'm ever going to be able to, I don't think they can fix that bug. And I'm not going to be able to get him back, so I'm going to have one of those. I forget what they called, maniacs. I forget what they were called. Those.
I don't know.
They were like
I haven't played that game in so long.
But majority of what I've been playing is Outriders, and I got a love-hate relationship with this game.
Yeah, I was reading your tweets. You were one minute you were high on it, the next minute you were kind of low on it.
All right, so I am enjoying it much more playing it solo.
Really?
Chase says Cyber Psychos. Yes, thank you. Because there's so much lag when you play in multiplayer that my character, the Devastator, and I used a gravity leap. So when he goes up in the air, sometimes with the lag, he just sits there. And then he falls back down because, you're supposed to press the right trigger to do the move, and you press it and nothing happens, and then eventually the timer for the move, the skill, ends, and your character just drops down. So that happens a lot, and it's just frustrating because you just have one less skill to work with, and I'm a tank character, and if you don't have your abilities, you're kind of just a sit and duck out there. So.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't done much multiplayer beyond what we did last Sunday, Easter Sunday, when we played with you, Matt, and Jay. So for the week now, I've just been playing solo. I'm up to level 25. I think I'm pretty close to the end of the game, frankly. I just got my second legendary, so I've yet to see a legendary drop. I've only gotten legendaries through playing the story. So I got one at level 20. And I got one at level 25, but not when I hit 25. It was after I beat a certain boss that I got one.
If you jump back in multiplayer, does your guy remain 25, or do you have a multiplayer level?
Yeah, he stays the same. I really like the mechanics of the game, the shooting I've gotten used to. The skills feel fabulous. One thing I will say, and I think Matt has said this, is the repetitiveness of the game. It's just constantly like a horde-based thing. Go to this area and clear it out, go to this area and clear it out. Now, maybe that's the same for all these games we play, and they just do a better job of hiding that. But it does feel like you're just constantly going from point A to point B and clearing enemies out and then getting a cache and moving on. There's very few times where they sort of mix it up. Yeah, there's one or two where you go collect a book or something like that, but by and large, it's just like a horde-based game. Clear out these bunch of enemies, clear out these bosses. Now, some of the bosses in certain parts of this game, you feel like you're almost playing like a Monster Hunter game, Eric. You feel like, you're fighting a lot of humans at one point, and then all of a sudden you hit this patch in the game, and all right, now I'm doing nothing but killing lots of big monsters.
Does the difficulty ramp up when you're multiplayer? Yeah.
Well, I think what happens with this game is there's a world tier system. And so you can, as you play the game, you unlock these tiers, and you can have auto tiers turned on. So let's say you're on World Tier 4 and you've just unlocked 5. The game will just bump it up to 5 for you. If you find that too challenging, you can go back down. So I'm on World Tier 7 right now. And that's a pretty good challenge. The boss I just beat took me, I'd say, 5 or 6 times to beat him. And, I complained on Twitter about it because... I just think it's kind of lazy. You got this one boss, and all he's really got is, he's just a bigger guy, and he teleports all over the place. Well, I don't know. I think they could have been more imaginative with that boss, in my opinion. But overall, this game would have been a big hit in 2010. It just feels very dated in some aspects, even though I'm enjoying it, and I do like the skills. There's just some things about it that there's so many of those weird loading screens and cutscenes that make no sense to me. Going up to vendors and having to go through the same dialogue every time just to go into their store. Just let me go up to the store. Why do I got to go to this dialogue tree? Just let me fucking get in there and do what I got to do.
So it's one of those games you're glad that's on Game Pass.
It would have been okay if I paid probably $30-$40 for it.
Not 60, 70.
Right. I would not have been happy if I would have paid $60 for this game.
Yeah, I mean, it does get better as you go along. There's no doubt about it. It really finds its footing once you go to Trench Town. There you can unlock hunts that you do to kill certain animals, and then you bring the heads of the animals to the bar in Trench Town, and he mounts them on the walls. You have some... bounties to complete. You bring it to another guy at Trench Town, and he gives you rewards. One thing, we talked about with Borderlands 3 is that there was just the legendary drops were so abundant. It's the same thing in this game. Once the epics start to drop, the purples, they're everywhere. And, yeah, you get some blues and greens that are more powerful than your epics, but let's be honest, once you start seeing that color change, how many of us are going and saying, well, gee, this blue with 1 skill, even though it's more powerful than my purple with 2 skills, I'm going to use the blue. No, you're lying. Everybody's using the color. You see an epic, it's got 2 skills, and especially when you can upgrade them at your camp as well, you're never going back to those blues and greens.
Correct.
And then just those blues and greens drop all the time, and you're like, well, I'm just really picking this shit up so I can sell it or either break it down. And they're not the first game to fall victim of that. Borderlands 3, no. Destiny probably had that at some point.
Destiny's still the same way. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm eager to see how this story ends up. I thought the story has gotten better as I've gone along. It was a little hokey in the beginning, and you didn't really fucking care. I thought the story has improved over time. You unlocked a certain character that's mysterious to the planet you're on. I want to see how that plays out.
So there's a build up to like a big thing you're going to do here soon?
Yeah, there is. I mean, you just, at a certain point, you pick up members along the way that go with you, and your camp expands as you go, and you can do more things. Maybe there's something that happens where you might lose a member or two. So, you're just juggling that as you go along. It's interesting. You can expand your camp where you can go in and sell stuff, and then something maybe happens to that character, and that character is no longer available for a few camps, and you're like, wait a second, I just picked up all this gear and sold it, and I bought, epics off of this person, and now something has happened in the game, and I can no longer do that. They take that away from you for a couple. Now, some people might find that interesting. Some people might find, like, what the fuck? I was collecting all this shit, and now I can't do it anymore? And you got to, dump it in your stash so you can sell it later on. Or you can go all the way, or you could travel all the way back to Trench Town and sell it there. Let's see, some comments in chat. Chase says, I definitely find games I do enjoy these days, but for the most part, I'm becoming more disenchanted with my hobby. It's just so stale these days. Okay. Play It Takes Two. That is not a stale game. You just got to find someone that can play it.
Yep.
Show Nuff says, I'm really wanting to play Outriders, but I'm not playing until those game bugs get squashed. Might trade my copy back and revisit later. I haven't had any bugs on the console, And I think maybe you're I'm not sure. Maybe you're a person that wants to play with others. I'm hearing that the wipes, the inventory wipes, happen when you're playing more when you're playing multiplayer. I think there may be some cutscenes in multiplayer can sort of trigger that. Maybe it's more when you're playing console to PC as well. Maybe less of it's happening when you're playing console to console. But I haven't had anything bug-wise that wouldn't happen in other games. Like I did a move earlier today and I got stuck on a wall. I mean, how many other times have we played games where you get stuck? Happens all the time if you're playing Bethesda games. And they're pretty good about it. If you quit and go back to your main lobby, it will bring you back right where you left off. So you don't lose a ton of progress at all. I'll probably have that wrapped up in a few days. And I can report back next week on how the story was. And then I got to see what Endgame's like. I guess Endgames, they have all these expeditions that you can go on and see what those are about. I'm not sure if you can do those. I imagine you can do those solo, but I just don't know how difficult they are.
So you probably have something like you have like dailies and bounties and stuff that you can continue on to try and earn loot and stuff, even when.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could be playing with you or Maniac, but just the experience lag wise has been disappointing, and I don't know if they can ever get rid of that because the whole peer to peer. Like if Jay's hosting the game and I have to join his, and just for whatever reason the connection isn't solid. It's just not as fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sucks when it's supposed to be played multiplayer with friends, and you have issues playing with friends. It just takes away from the whole game. Yeah,
and I'd be disappointed if I played with Jay too, and all of a sudden all my inventory was gone.
God, yeah.
What would you do if you had like an inventory wipe in Destiny? All your shit was gone.
Throw his controller.
I would fucking blow up. What the fuck's this shit? What the fuck? I mean, I've gotten pissed off about more minor things than that. So that would be like, holy fuck, what the fuck? I'd be calling fucking Bungie headquarters.
You're like, sir, you don't understand. I threw a hissy fit over a $20 delivery fee for a mattress. You have no idea what you're in for right now.
You do not know who you're talking to, sir.
This is outrageous. This is unprofessional. All right. We're almost at 11. We have one voicemail to get to, and then we'll wrap her up. Okay?
Oh, we're going to wrap it up?
Wrap it up. I'll take it. Fabulous Thunderbirds.
Fabulous Thunderbirds. That's a good song.
Hello, fellas. What is going on? Mike, Matt, and the great Glove Box.
The great Glove Box.
Here.
We didn't get great.
It's been a little while.
Great.
Life gets crazy. Work gets crazy. We all go crazy from the Rona. Just hunkering down at home. But I actually go for my round 2 shot is coming Saturday. I swear it feels like Christmas. I don't know. I'm just so excited to know that I'll have some deflector shields up against this damn thing. But yeah, other than that, just been hanging out, enjoying my PS5. I do love that DualSense controller. I think for the games they use it right, it really adds a cool layer of immersion and whatnot. I'm actually looking forward to, in a couple of hours, Disco Elysium, the final cut releases, and it'll upgrade on my PC for free, but I really want to play it on my PS5 so I can play it out in the living room, and it's the first time it's on consoles. And it's a really, really damn good game. If you want to play it's one of the best games of last year, ratings-wise. People just loved this game. And, check it out. I mean, if it looks like your kind of thing, I would definitely recommend picking it up, giving it a try. I'll see how the PS5 version is. Post online, as long as it's, not full of bugs or something. It should be a really good grab. Because it was a really phenomenal game. But yeah, I was watching your latest episode. Watching Glovebox, Bubba, you're struggling a little bit there on Curse of the Dead Gods, whatever the hell it is. You gotta tuck and roll, bro. Don't try to do the Dark Souls parry and shit. Just tumble, man. Tumble out of their way. Just, beat the shit out of stuff.
It'll come to you. You gotta worry. It's not nearly as hard as Hades, which is one of my other favorite games from last year. Very solid game, but it's not as hard as that, I don't think. Granted, I haven't even gotten past the second level yet, but we won't go there. But it's good. It's really good. And other than that, hope you're all doing well. I know it's been a while since I called. Just, things have been crazy and whatnot. And hope you're all well. And hopefully I can join you guys on a game night sometime soon. All right, take care. See ya.
All right, Al, thanks for calling in.
Hey, man, I like that. I'm changing my name, GG. Glovebox the Great. Hell yeah.
GG, that's what I called my grandfather once he became a great-grandfather. GG. It caught on. Everybody called him GG.
Not a great one, yeah.
Everybody called him GG right up until he died.
That's legit.
Oh, wow.
Hey, I bought Disco Elysium, too. I forgot to talk about that because I only played it for like an hour. It seems cool, though.
That is a very, how would you say, like, insider...
niche game, man.
A niche game, but also a game that like all like I don't want to use the word hipster, Matt, but I want to say like the people that are like in the know, like journalists and like really, I guess hipster might be the right word. It's a very trendy. That's what I was looking.
Trendy.
It's a very trendy game by the insiders. They like that game.
Yeah, it's cool.
No,
cool.
Yeah,
it's no. It Takes Two. I'm just saying.
It Takes Two is fabulous.
Absolutely fabulous.
Absolutely fabulous.
If you've learned nothing else from this podcast, because we did cover a plethora of topics, the thing that you should take home with yourself is It Takes Two is the game.
We're the Amazon of podcasts.
I'm going to tell you, though.
We cover A to Z.
Fantastic.
Eric,
sir.
Have you heard anything more from the insurance company on the Glovebox Gaming and Glovebox Gaming Twitter and that? Are we rich yet? Are we making money yet? What's happening, dude?
I guess they're playing hardball. They're not. They're
not engaging.
They took it to their people, and it's just a waiting game right now. I haven't got back to them, but hey, I don't know anything. No news is good news. They go whatever. I don't know. I don't care. Whatever. They can't use at Glovebox. I know that. So.
What's going to happen first, guys? Is the pool going to be built, or is the kitchen going to get remodeled, Matt?
We already did the kitchen.
Matt's kitchen. Matt's kitchen.
Oh,
remember, Matt has.
Oh yeah, I got to do that. Yep. Yeah, I got to do that.
Matt has an IOU out to his wife for this Christmas.
I do.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. The kitchen will get done before the pool gets built.
We'll see. We're working on it.
I got to talk to you guys off air about next week. We might have to record at a different date and time, as I have to go meet with the contractor down at the Cape House next, and that I'm displeased with his tone to me on the phone. So I need to make an appearance in person when he shows up.
Yeah.
So.
You're gonna threaten him with your ominous look.
Well, I can't wait to hear this.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's wrap it up there. This has been 158. Shout-outs or plugs. Great, illustrious Glovebox Gaming.
Yeah, well, I want to say, first of all and foremost, I want to say thanks to EJ, man, for hanging in there with me, man. We was playing that It Takes 2 days, man. We went right through it. Fantastic.
No, that's some good bonding.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Mike and I had some bonding time too with the games.
It felt like old days when he was a kid and we were sitting here playing games, man. That did well for my heart, man. I appreciate him for that, man.
No,
and shout out to everybody in chat, man, because I can't see you, but I can hear you, and thanks for being there. And shout out to Mike and Mac shout out to Mike and Mac for being here again, and I'm glad we're back. So that's it for me.
All right. Matt, I thought for sure he was going to say, I just want to say one thing. I am great. I thought that's where he was going with that.
Okay,
that's what I was waiting for.
And finally, I am great. So
see, there it is.
There it is.
He didn't want to say it until we said it.
Right. Yeah. He's a very humble man.
I don't want to say. Yeah, I'm humble. I don't want to say.
Thanks to everyone in chat and stuff, and Mike and Eric. That's all for me. Thanks everyone for paying attention to the show.
Yep. Same. Thanks. Good to be back. Good to talking to you all. Lots of fun. Reminded why we do it every week, right? For the laughs. Try to keep it lighthearted. and give you that all important. We covered the health, we covered poop, we covered a lot of things there in the intro.
The gauntlet. We go through the gauntlet. Anything you want to talk about, we're going to talk about. We're going to bring something up.
I am remiss to say that we were going to talk about bad breath, the halitosis, and coffee breath and stuff, but maybe that'll be another show.
Yeah. We had a hell of a pre-show.
Yeah,
that's for our Patreon.
The people on OnlyFans love the pre-show.
Yeah. The pre-show is.
We have to get dressed when the show starts.
Oh boy. Yeah, that's it. Episode 158. We'll be back next week. Stay tuned to your social media channels because I think there might be a schedule change next week, just for 1 week. And like I said, I got to take care of some stuff, but we will talk to you during the week. Have a good week, everybody.
This isn't in my contract.
Oh, shut up.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
All right. Good night. Talk to you all later.
Later all.
Okay.